Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Air Motor Center in Woodstock, New Brunswick. The Western Valley Panthers are set to host the Southern Sting in only their second matchup of the season. I, too, was surprised by that. We're going to send it down to ice level 4-0 Canada. The lone time these two teams met, the Sting were in the Shiretown back on October 21st in a 4-3 victory for the Panthers. The Sting scorers Trott, Alshorn, and Herb. The Panthers, four different scorers, Rivington, Graham, McCatton, and Andrew Peary. We look for a great tilt here. The Western Valley Panthers climbed to a tie for second place with the Sting and Sunny Corner. Panthers, that came last Saturday night here at the Air Motor Center with the Panthers defeating the Thunder by a thunderous 9-3 victory. Western Valley will look to do it again tonight. They have Walker Budrow returning to the blue paint. In net for the Sting, it's Joey McPhail suiting up the Sting with only 10 forwards this evening. Evan Russell is serving a one-game suspension. Devin O'Neill serving the fourth of a four-game suspension. They are also without Riley Rooney, Riley Yeomans, Aiden Arsenault, Josh Korskaden. Returning to the Panthers lineup is Tyler Scriver. He is on the bench backing up Budrow. They do not have Connor Arsenault on defense. Sting trying to break out. Gregory sends the puck in deep, and the Panthers are able to relieve the pressure early. Jacob Gould shot through the D, but not through McPhail. He makes the first stop of this game 33 seconds in. So the Sting have one game in hand on the Thunder and the Panthers. Thunder and Panthers have played 10. Sting have played 9. Tri-County leading the league with 20 points, a 10-1 record. There's a quick shot. McPhail floundering all the way out to the circle, but kept that puck out of his net. The Thunder 10-1, a 10-point lead on the three teams in second. The Hawks still without a win in their inaugural season, 0-10. So the Panthers would love to jump over the Sting with a victory tonight in the standings. Graham comes in and has his pocket picked by Landon Johnston. Tristan Pitt cycles it around to the near side, finds Alshorn. Alshorn feeds it ahead for Trey Hatt. Leading scorer for the Sting. Dangerous chance there. Lost the puck before he could drag it back out front. Hatt with 10 goals on the season through 9 games. Chris Gregory leading the team with assists at 9. On the other side of the play, Zach Graham has 10 goals and 9 assists, leading the Panthers with 19 points. in 10 games. Stretch pass out. Crawford sets up Goodine for an opportunity. Goodine gets a shot. A rebound was there. Crawford couldn't find the back of the net, and the net is knocked off its moorings, drawing the whistle. It is December 2nd. I am Devin Judge bringing you the call tonight. Jeffrey on camera as always. Panthers win the offensive zone face-off. It's pushed down behind the net. Rivington couldn't catch up to it. Jaden Blair moves it back to him. Jack Rivington up the boards looking for Isaac Shaw. Pass now comes all the way out to the neutral zone. Shaw fires it in, takes a check from Carey. Hit. Flips it ahead. Coming back into the zone was Kelty Carey, and it's a hooking call, our first penalty of the game. That's going against Carey. Both of these teams decent power play percentages. Panthers 23.4% on the year. Sting not far behind, 23.1%, but it's their penalty kill, 84.4% for the Sting. So this should be a terrific battle of special teams here. The Sting win the faceoff and are able to clear the puck all the way down the ice. Sting with a short bench tonight. They're not going to want to put too much pressure on their special teams, but when you got decent special teams, they can get you out of a lot of trouble. Rideout has trouble at the point. Walsh is able to knock the puck out. Rivington swings back to help Rideout out. Slides up the boards, gets past Walsh, tied up in the corner with Chris Gregory. And the Sting once more send it down the ice. 40 seconds gone on the power play for the Panthers. Rivington up the left side once again, gets inside, hands off to McCatton. McCatton off a stick and out of play. 3:03 gone in the first. 1:05 to go on the power play for the Panthers. They will get an offensive zone face-off here. Andrew Peary wins it back to Harding. Harding across to Gould. Gould shot, pad save for McPhail. Coming in looking for the rebound was Andrew Peary. He went sprawling through the slot. McLaughlin moves the puck back up to Hunter Harding. He finds Peary along the sideboards. Peary goes shot, looking to get it past the glove hand. McPhail had a little bit of trouble with that, but he brings the glove down on the puck and freezes it. 43 seconds to go now on the power play. 16:35 left in the first. Peary stays out for the draw. Trey Hatt comes in. Peary wins it back to Harding. Harding looking for a shot past Hatt. Hatt had him covered well. McPhail makes the stop for Southern Sting. Peary down low to Crawford. Back up to Harding. Harding walking the line. Finds Peary. Skipped over his stick. Crawford returns it to Peary. Up top for Harding. Harding has Gould on the far side. Sharp angled shot. McPhail had time to get over. Gould had to settle that puck down. Harding back to Peary. Peary on the near side. Tipped wide. Gould retrieves the puck from behind the net. Goes for a skate. Penalty almost over. Pass picked off by Cameron Ward. He feeds it off to Hatt. Hatt's backhand goes wide far side. Penalty is over. Sting, another successful kill. Panthers can't clear it. Trott fires it back into the corner. Jacob Gould's going to try to take it out. He gets tripped up, and Carey's headed back to the box. He held his head in shame there for a moment. Extra attacker is on as Graham cuts to the net. He can't solve McPhail, but the Panthers will go right back to the power play. And it's Carey for the trip. Like the penalty box so much, he decided to return. Not really. He knew he had gotten his stick in the feet and didn't like it. So the Panthers unsuccessful on the first opportunity with the man advantage. They go back to it. Shot by Brad Goodine is stopped by McPhail. 9 seconds off the penalty. 15:09 to go here in this first. Sting win the draw. That was Adam Spray at the dot. Rideout trying to hold the line. He gets knocked to the ice by Walsh. And we've got a hand pass. So Walsh firing that out. Must have caught the hand of Rideout, and that went right to his teammate. So the face-off just outside the Panthers zone. Spray forces it inside. Rideout behind the net for Goodine. Goodine's got room to skate. Power play's going to have to take it all the way up the ice, and he is leveled on the far side by Ben Wright. Rideout to McCatton. McCatton's cross-ice pass into the skates of Tristan Pitt and cleared down the ice by Walsh. Penalty kill gets a change. Stretch pass up ice. Graham tips it into the zone. McCatton couldn't catch up to it. Trott's going to fire it around. Near side. Goodine's here on the point. Goodine covered by Beers, and the captain gains control, swings it all the way down, forcing Budrow to make a play. 45 seconds left on the power play. Goodine back behind the net. Settling down is Carson Wright. Rideout around to Peary on the near side. Andrew Peary back to Rideout. Chased out by Beers. Rideout to Gould. Gould takes it off of the boards. Tried to feed that back top slot. McLaughlin down low over Rideout's stick. Or Gould's stick. Al Shorn. Ahead for Beers. Beers is coming in all alone, short-handed, stopped by Budrow. Beauty of a save, short-handed on the captain there. But that will kill the penalty to Carey. He's out of the box as the Panthers come into the zone. Gould looking to pick the top corner, fails to do so. Sting get out of their own end. 7 minutes gone in this first period. Centering pass, bounces straight to Carey. He gets a shot away. Budrow makes the save. Pitt on the far side, swings it. Couldn't get it to the slot, taken away by Andrew Peary. Peary doesn't have anybody with him, can't get around Trott. Flipped back the other way by Morgan Prophet. Hunter Harding on the far side. Up the boards, Pitt stops that in the neutral zone and sends it in. That will be icing against the Sting. So Western Valley 0 for 2 on the power play, 12:32 to go in this first period, and still a scoreless game. Jeffrey just loves Walker Budrow. Just need to give him a little extra camera time there. Making some great saves in this first, keeping it scoreless, as is Joey McPhail at the far end. McPhail having to help kill off at 2 penalties already. Beers can't control the pass. Cogger hits Harvey with the behind the pack drop pass. He gets a shot away. McPhail makes the save, and it's kicked out past Jackson Peary by Gallant. Cogger swings back through. Off the boards and up to the blue line. Pitt picks it up for the Sting. Looking across ice for Landon Johnston. Beers knocks it into the Panthers' end. Jackson Peary around for Harding. Harding a little slow on that puck coming around the boards. Had to reach out for it. Couldn't make a move quickly. Now Jackson Peary moves it the near side. Johnston stops it at the red line. Gallant across for Luke Walsh. He fires wide into the corner. Grant clears it for the Panthers. Stretch pass up. Brad Gallant can't tip it into the Panthers' end. Cogger gives it away. Gallant's going to chase this one down. Walsh fired it into the corner. Jackson Peary sends it off the glass and out of play. 11:22 to go in a scoreless first in Woodstock. Hat to the draw across from Rivington. Hat wins it to Alshorn. Alshorn shot blocked by Rivington. Alshorn gets it back in the corner. Lost the handle momentarily. Isaac Shaw pushing his man off the puck. Rivington checking Alshorn. Comes up to Trott. Trott shot deflected wide by Budrow. Rivington down low. Can't get it around the corner. Gallagher coming in to help. Reversed it to the far side. Fired down, and that will be icing against the Panthers. Missed Rivington with the pass in the neutral zone. 10:46 on the first period clock. Still 0-0 here at the Air Motor Center. Hat's going to slide into the dot again across from Rivington. Rivington draws it back into the corner for Gallagher. Gallagher challenge, centering pass, cleared away by Rivington. Gets out over the line, Sting offside, Wright knocked it back in, but he was on the wrong side of the blue line. Rivington cross-ice pass for McCatton. He's looking for Blair. Blair tried to set up Rivington. Hat takes it away. Alshorn on the far side. Alshorn pushed off the puck by Blair, and that's going to be a boarding call. That one feels like a makeup to me, but Blair took Alshorn into the boards. Alshorn had the puck on his stick. The Sting will go on the power play. They are 23.1% on the season. The Panthers penalty kill only 77.1%. They'll look to improve that here. They do get the clear. 10 seconds gone in the penalty pit. Sends Beers up the boards with it. Drop pass back to Pitt. Trot on the near side. Down the far boards is Walsh. He moves to within the front, in front of the net. Brad Gallant finds Pitt. Back to Gallant. Quick tap pass. Pad save for Budrow. Luke Walsh throws it through the slot, and that careens off the boards and all the way down the ice. Pitt chases it down. 40 seconds gone in the penalty to Jaden Blair. Pitt cross-ice pass to Trott. He tries to shovel it ahead. Crawford stops that. Goodine coming in. Had Pitt on the backhand. Goodine through the pads and makes this a 1-0 game. Shorthanded. What doesn't kill you only makes you ugly, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead. 10:35 into this first period. That's Goodine's 6th of the season, his second shorthanded tally. Still 45 seconds left on the power play. The Sting go from looking to get ahead to tying this game up with the man advantage. Puck comes out to Gregory. Gregory decides to back off. No one in front. Hat tied up by Harding. He knocks Harding to the ice. Hat still battling, and Rivington finds the puck, swings it down ice. That is the 4th shorthanded goal for the Panthers in 11 games. Gregory bringing it straight up ice, knocked off of his stick. Harding tries to fire it towards the boards. Got caught up in Hat's equipment. Centering pass to Alshorn, tipped away. Rivington flips it down the ice. Blair back on, and that will be icing against the Panthers. Rivington thought he had time. Blair stepped on the ice before that puck made it down. 8:15 to go in the first. And the Panthers shorthanded Goodine from Crawford, making it 1-0. Rivington has to stay on after killing off that penalty. Wins the draw. Puck comes around. McCatton kicks it off the boards to Rivington. McCatton decides not to one time it, sends it out front. Opportunity there for Blair. Fresh legs on, standing in front, and he can't solve McPhail. 7:59 left on the first period clock. Andrew Peary comes on for the draw for Western Valley. Ties up Profit long enough for McLaughlin to get the puck in deep, but the Sting send it around the board. Shaw can't keep it in on the far side. Pass across. Jackson Peary couldn't handle it. Did get it out over the line. Spray sends it back in, and Peary fires it back down the ice. Ben Wright back waiting for it. Sam Trott up the ice. 7.5 to go in the first, held in by Adam Spray. Now it comes out to Andrew Peary. Andrew trying to drop it back to McLaughlin, comes back to his brother Jackson in the neutral zone. Pass ahead, Carey gets behind Peary. Budrow comes out to play that puck, and he gets run over, and the Panthers taking the Sting player down to the ice on the end boards. I believe that is Profit. Sorry, no, that's Carey. So Carey's going to get a penalty, his third of the night, for running over Budrow. And Shaw looks like he's being tossed from the game, at least being shown to the showers early in this first period. We'll see if that's just a 10-minute misconduct. Only 7:08 to go here in the first. So we'll see what comes of this. 7:08 to go in the first. Panthers leading 1-0. Budrow came out, played that puck to the boards, and Carey just ran him over. Obviously, a couple of the two nearest Panther players take him into the boards, and it's going to be 5-on-5. So no power play here for the Panthers. Budrow does look okay. He jumped right back up. Not sure what's happening here. Budrow skated over to the bench. Panthers players trying to, I believe they're trying to bring Shaw back on the ice. I believe that was what the referees were telling the Panthers. Don't believe he's kicked out of this game, so they'll try to catch him before he takes off most of his equipment. Get him back to the penalty box. Faceoff will be just outside the Panthers zone. Beers wins it back. Gregory flips it in on net, bouncing puck. Budrow deflects it to the corner. Beers, first one there, sends it to Walsh. Walsh shot blocked by the skate of Carson Rideout. Shaw gets, both players get 10-minute misconduct. Shaw was 2 for head contact and a 10. And I did not catch what the penalty given to Carey was, but he also got a 10-minute misconduct as well. Walsh with a shot. Blocked, and that puck bounces up and out of play. So both players going to be out of action for 12 minutes. Shaw will be able to come back on the ice in the second. So 7:08 left to go here in the first. They will sit for almost 5 minutes in the second period as well. 6:18 to go now. 7:08 was when the penalties were taken. Beers centering pass blocked by Gallagher. Beers checked hard by Harvey, stayed on the puck, finds Walsh. His shot goes wide of the net. Up and around, off the glass and out past Pitt. 6 minutes to go in the first. Pitt coming back, sends the puck around the boards. Gregory on the near side. Gallagher to Jackson Peary, back to Gallagher. Ahead for Harvey. Michael Harvey back across for Peary. Peary flips it into the zone, but not deep. Gregory sends it back out. Trey Hatt getting past the D. Budrow with an acrobatic first save, but the puck bounced off his pad and right back to Hatt. He flips it over the downed Budrow and makes it a 1-1 hockey game. Hatt with his 11th of the year. That coming 14:29 into the first. Carey discussing with the referee here at the penalty box. 5:31 to go in the first. I'm not sure if he wanted some extra time in the dressing room as well. Shaw's yet to come back on the ice for the Panthers. Johnston clipped at center, got the puck in deep, however. Hatt, the goal scorer, overskated the puck. Trott fires it in deep. Alshorn kicks it out to Hatt. He gets a sharp angled shot on, and Budrow holds on to that puck. 5:16 to go now in a 1-1 hockey game. Hatt to the dot across from Crawford in this battle. Crawford wins it to the boards. Alshorn takes it away from Hunter Harding. Harding stops Hatt's pass and gets it ahead for Zach Graham. Graham with Goodine takes the shot. Crawford cutting to the net, couldn't get there. Crawford gathers the puck. Harding saved the line. Graham swings it up to the empty point on the far side. Goodine sends it back in, then he's taken down to the ice by Trey Hatt. Trott challenged in the corner by Graham. Graham gets the puck off of his stick, centering pass, and the Panthers can't send it on net. Held in by Rideout. He's knocked off the puck by Johnston. Puck gets down behind the net. Alshorn swings it up the boards. Harding stopped it up, couldn't get a shot through. Alshorn standing in the way, and we've got penalties coming here. Offsetting, looks like Graham. Zach. It's roughing to both Graham and Trott. So they will offset again. No power plays. 4:25 to go in the first. McCatton's shot blocked. McCatton gloves down the clearing attempt by Walsh. Peary holds it in at the line. Ben Wright swings it around to the far side. Brad Galland over there has some room, sends it back across to Wright. Wright up the boards. Walsh couldn't handle it. Peary across for Gallagher. Peary now up and out. Wright brings it back in. Budrow leaves it for Gallagher. Hiram Gallagher up the boards out of the reach of Jaden Blair. Picked up by Pitt. He rings it crossbar and down. Makes this a 2-1 game for the Sting. That is Tristan Pitt's first of the season. He's got 6 assists in 9 games, but that's his first goal. .43 to go in the first as both teams line up at center. Sting win the draw back. Gregory flips it high through the neutral zone. Budrow's going to leave that for Harding. Andrew Peary out with McLaughlin. McLaughlin feeding it back. Peary knocks it just wide. Pitt's goal unassisted. Harding to Gould. Gould stays on the puck. Kicked out by McPhail. Bouncing puck. Harding kicked it down, but it's cleared out by Profit. Harding hard behind his net. McLaughlin feeds it to Peary. Andrew Peary with Gould going to the net. Looking for the drop pass from McLaughlin, but he had a man on him. Bouncing puck. Kicked up to the blue line. Carson Rideout weaves his way in. Shot on. McPhail with a save. Backhand attempt, and Rideout puts it wide. McLaughlin cycles it back down for Peary. Peary checked by Gregory. Peary gets around Gregory, feeds it up to Rideout. Rideout shot through. McPhail makes the stop. Rebound there. McLaughlin couldn't get it past him. And we've got 2:25 to go in the first. Gregory having some words with Jake Gould in front of the Sting net. Trott and Graham getting out of the penalty box. It looks like Carey has gone to the dressing room now. He will return to the penalty box in the second period. Graham trying to fire the puck around. Pitt helps him out, gets it around to the near side. Kept down low. And kicked up top, held in. Grant and Harvey tried to get that puck to the slot. Went past the net. Harvey now with the check on the far side on Beers. Sorry, he's got Cameron Ward pinned over there. Ward bouncing puck past him. Grant off the boards. He gets tied up, tried to get a shot through. Pitt tied him up, moves the puck up to the point. Jackson Peary takes it, fires it wide. Gallagher can't get a shot through. Hat cycling all the way down to the Panthers end, looking for the stretch pass. He now tips it to Alshorn, 2-on-1. Alshorn takes the shot, comes back to him, tried to put it across, and Hat was too far ahead. Goodine now with some speed back up the left side, can't get around his man. Sam Trott spins away from Cogger. Ward to Pitt, sends it out to center. Hat couldn't deflect it to Alshorn, who has to come back for the puck. Under a minute to go in the first. Brad Gallant brings it across the line. He's held up, stick checked, and Graham back the other way. Hard shot past Trop, but not past McPhail. 48.7 seconds remain on the first period clock. 2-1 is the score for the visiting Sting. Sting lost their last game 7-4 last weekend to the Tri-County River Cats. So they're looking to get back in the win column. The Panthers win last weekend, looking to make it 2. Late in the first, Graham shot off a stick, stays in play. Harding slides down the boards. Crawford picks up the puck, goes for a skate high. Sends it down into the slot, and it's stopped by Johnston. Brad Gallant Gets away, 2-on-2, and Walsh directly to the net. Beers couldn't get a pass across. He gets that up to Gallant, and his shot blocked. 8 seconds to go. Graham sends it into the Sting zone. 5 seconds, Sting clear it out, and we've got a whistle. Linesman saying it went out of play on the opposite side of the ice that he was standing on. 1.3 seconds to go. Faceoff will be in the Sting zone. So one last opportunity here in the first for Western Valley. Sting win the draw. Actually, the puck wasn't even dropped. It fooled all of us. So we'll put 1.4 seconds back on the clock, and maybe this time the linesman will actually drop the puck. We're going to shut the door at the Panthers' end. And this is won by John Beers. The first period is over. But the festivity's not done. We've got a slashing call. Gregory and Crawford were hamming it up. And we'll find out who took the penalty on that play. Gregory has been in the face of a number of the Panthers throughout that first period, trying to clear him away from the crease. So I will see if I can find out what's going on the score sheet, and we'll be back in 15 minutes or so for period number 2. The Sting with a 2-1 lead over the Western Valley Panthers. And we're back. Period number 2 set to get underway here at the Air Motor Center in Woodstock. It is a power play to start the second for the Southern Sting. They are up 2-1 through the first 20. Goals from Trey Hatt and Tristan Pitt, unassisted, 5-on-5 for the Sting. Answered back after Goodine put the Panthers up 1-0 shorthanded from Liam Crawford. Crawford sitting in the box, 2 minutes for slashing here to start the second. That was at the buzzer in the first. Sting 0 for 2, gave up a shorthanded tally in the first period on the man advantage. Trott's pass across, slides off his stick and out to center. Pitt comes out to gather it, lost it himself. Rivington disrupts the play. Matt McCatton up the boards, picked up by Luke Walsh. Gallant, shot from the top of the circle, stopped by Budrow. And Walker Budrow holds on. And we've got something wrong with our clock here. We're showing the time. But, so we're going to have to figure that out. We'll get that reset. And it looks like the box, it was working to start the period. Everything was showing correctly, and then just something got switched off. I believe the referees are going to check with the benches, see if anybody knows how much time was on the clocks. Sorry about that. The Sting are 0 for 1 on the power play. It's the Panthers 0 for 2. Isaac Shaw still serving 12 minutes in penalties, as is Carey. I do not see Carey in the penalty box, so I'm not sure if he's left this game. But Carey ran over Budrow. Shaw made head contact with Carey in retaliation, and both got 10-minute misconducts. That was 7:08 left in the first. Trott across to Pitt. Back to Trott. Cross for Alshorn. Alshorn looking across. Pitt looking to pick the back door. Couldn't make it into the net. Hit his stick, but didn't deflect it the right way. Carson Rideout swings the puck all the way down. That's going to roll past McPhail. No icing on the play, as the penalty still has 15 seconds, or had 15 seconds on it, down to 10 now. Trott trying to reverse it back up the boards, lost the puck to Jackson Peary, and he clears it down. That will kill off the Crawford penalty. So the Sting now 0 for 2 on the power play. Carson Rideout fighting his way to the puck, gets through to center and then hauled down. Hatt's going to sit for 2 minutes or less for the trip. So just like that, the Panthers go from the penalty kill to the power play. And no, sorry, it's Alshorn sent to the box. I believe it should have been Hatt, but can't check the replay. The Sting don't want either one of them sitting on this side of the ice, so they will have to kill off a Panthers power play. They are successful on 2 penalty kills already this evening. Pass across for Gould. Gould looking to cycle around the net. Up to Hunter Harding at the line. Back to Gould. Gould, sharp shot across. Andrew Peary with the pass shot in front. Liam Crawford tipped it wide. Hunter Harding now throws it in. It's deflected to the corner. Peary comes up the boards, trying to hold it down. Crawford returns it to Harding at the point. Andrew Peary across to Gould. Gould had to settle that down, gave time for Landon Johnston to get across. He blocks the shot, and the Sting clear it down the ice. Harding leaves it behind the net for McLaughlin. 1 minute gone in the penalty to Alshorn. Andrew Peary can't send it deep, but Johnston clears it again. Budrow comes out of his crease to play that, fanned on it. Gould sends it back around. Spray challenging. Spray breaks up the pass to Harding, his centering pass. Rivington knocks that away from Profit. Graham looking for Rivington. Pass was blocked and Spray comes back the other way. Long shot on, turned aside by Budrow. Carson Rideout settles the puck down, drops it, and 20 seconds left on the Panthers power play as Rivington sends it up ice for Graham. Graham again can't get it in past right. Rideout spins back. 10 seconds now on the man advantage. Western Valley trying to get it into the zone. Carson Rideout carries it ahead himself. Gets around right, heads to the net. Decides to go behind the net. I believe he had a path out front. Could have tried to get that short side. Goodine settles the puck down. Alshorn out of the box. Check on Goodine. McCatton trying to find Graham in front. Rideout, shot high, glove down by McPhail. So the Sting hold on to the 2-1 lead, 4:36 into the second. Face off to the right of McPhail. Harvey's on to take the draw. John Beers comes on for Southern. These two teams face off again next weekend. This is the first of a home and home. Panthers will be on the road next weekend. Southern will stay at the TD station where they remain for their next 6 games. Long homestand for the Sting. And I believe in those 6 games they face the Panthers 4 times. 4 including this one. Harvey from Grant. Harvey overskated the puck. Fires it over the blue line. Pitt sends it ahead. Gallant to Beers. Beers shot kicked out by Budrow. Gallant shot goes behind the net. Grant on the far side. Up for Cogger. Cogger off a skate. Harvey's going to grab that. He coming in one-on-one with Pitt. Harvey can't get around Pitt. Centering pass into the skates of Grant. Sorry, Cogger. Cogger missed the check. A good deke there by Pitt. Harding's clearing attempt off a leg. Gallant to Alshorn. Alshorn shot on off a stick and gloved out of the air by Budrow. 14:06, Shaw out of the box. And Kelty Carey should be back on the bench himself, but he hasn't returned in this second period. Alshorn going for a skate through the neutral zone. Hit Hat in the skates, and Andrew Peary got to the line, but no further. Alshorn back to Hat. Hat sends it deep into the Panthers' end. Rideout around the boards. Gould to Hunter. Harding across ice for McLaughlin. He's able to get it deep into the Sting zone. Reversed. And back out to center. Rideout being chased by Ward. Ward heads off to the bench. Rideout up the ice. Hat has the stick knocked out of his hand, and that's an icing against the Panthers. 13:20 to go in this second frame. So the Panthers face the Sting next weekend and again on the 22nd of December. And then at the end of that homestand for the Sting on the 30th of December. So Southern spends the rest of this month. This and last night were the only games on the road for the Sting this month. And they will be home for Christmas, home for the holidays. Big check by Rideout on carry. He has made it back out there. Carey misses the return check on Rideout. Takes himself down. Chris Gregory up to center, challenged by Rivington. He gets past Rivington's stick, sends it in deep and heads off to the bench. Harding cycles it back, Rideout pushed off the puck. Rivington ahead for McCatton. McCatton's got Blair with him. He gets around one, sends it out front. Cleared high in the slot, back to Rivington. Rivington looking for Blair, and it's cleared away by Ben Wright. Blair sends it back into the corner for Rivington. McCatton behind the net for Western Valley. Sends it out front. Rivington shot blocked by Wright. McCatton back down into the corner for Rivington. He sends it out front. That's behind Blair and bounces all the way down the ice. Budrow leaves it for Gallagher. Up to Blair. Blair skates it in, drops it back to Rivington. He's taken down by Wright. Blair smarting after that one. He's slow to get up. McCatton down in the far corner. And the Panthers slow to get back. Walsh tied up, left it for Beers. Beers overskated it. Rivington gets it back out to center. Rivington's been out there a long time. Blair was able to make it to the bench. McCatton trying to stretch things out for the Panthers. Pass comes around. Crawford in the middle. McCatton off his skate to Rivington. Gets it back to McCatton. McCatton with the deke. Sends it out front, and Crawford was in the deep. He was right at the far goal post. Pitt rings it around the Panthers' end. 9 minutes gone in the second. Gallant fires it out front. Crawford cleared it away. Rivington flips it out to center, looking for Graham down the ice, and that's chipped out of play by Johnston. He had his pitching wedge on that one. Faceoff should stay in the Sting, and 10:39 to go in this second period. Still 2-1 Southern Sting. Goodine for the draw across from Hatt. Trey Hatt wins it into the corner. Johnston leaves it there for Hatt. Hatt tries to go up the boards. He does find Ward. Ward cross ice pass for Ben Alshorn. Alshorn coming in on the right side. Backhand shot off the glove of Budrow. Centering attempt cleared away by the Panthers, and Zach Graham comes back the other way. 1-on-2. Graham takes the shot, and McPhail vacuums it up. Doesn't leave a rebound for Graham to make second contact on. 10:18 to go in this middle frame. Goodine and Hatt back to the dot. On the far side this time. Hatt wins it to the corner. Trot around for Gregory. He knocks it down. Crawford to Goodine. Centering attempt behind Graham. Jackson Peary down into the corner. Goodine throws it at the net. Hits the outside of the post. Crawford couldn't knock it down. Beers out to Ward. And Rideout chips it away from him, and that hits the top of the glass and bounces out of play. 9:52 to go in the second. We have crossed the halfway mark, and the Southern Sting on the road with a 2-1 lead over the Western Valley Panthers. Profit comes on for the draw. Panthers get out of the zone quickly. Grant can't poke it ahead. Harvey sends it in. Harvey trying to find it in the corner. Grant finds it. Centering pass, and that missed Cogger and Harvey. Big shot by Hunter Harding. That hit someone in the crowd. Cogger going off hurt. He was hit by that slap shot. Sting iced the puck. Cogger down behind the bench. He got hit hard in the midsection. That'll take the wind out of you in a hurry. Referee checking on him. McLaughlin off the face-off draw, takes the puck directly to the net, slides it through the blue paint, and Andrew Peary finds it on the near side and pops it up where Grandma keeps the cookies. 10-41, and Andrew Peary has another against the Sting, tying this game up at 2. McLaughlin doing a great job to jump on that loose puck off the face-off, takes it to the net, decides not to try to go short side, goes around, puck centering pass, bounces to Peary on the near side, and he's able to lift it over the pad of McPhail. Right shot blocked and out of play. Gould gets an assist, as well as does McLaughlin. Peary with his 7th on the year. Gould his 8th assist and McLaughlin 6th. So back to a tied hockey game here in Woodstock. 9:05 to go in the middle frame. Sting win the faceoff. Wright trying to work the puck down deep. Beers cycles it around to the far side. Hit. Comes up the boards, gets the puck down low. Shaw can't get it out past Wright. Wright fires it back down for Beers. Beers centers it for Gallant. Big save, and in the back of the net, the Sting answer right back. It is Luke Walsh for the Sting from Beers, and that would be his 5th of the season. 11-17 into the second. It has been rebounds that have caused the Panthers trouble here. There's another shot on. Rebound cleared away this time, but not out. Gallant and Beers get the assists. And we've got another penalty coming here. Looks like Walsh being taken off. Tried to take a couple of Panthers with him, but didn't draw them in. And Walsh going off for the slash. So his reward for the go-ahead goal is 2 minutes or less in the box. Panthers 0 for 3 on the power play. Come into tonight's game at 23.4%. But that number is going to suffer unless they get things straightened out here. Face-off win. And a Goodine shot off a stick and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Sting zone. Faceoff comes back to Goodine again. This time he doesn't decide to shoot. Goes to Rideout. Rideout fed it to McCatton. McCatton's shot blocked and sent out of the zone by Gregory. Goodine cross-ice pass for Rivington. Rivington back across to Graham. Graham in the middle for Goodine. Goodine shot blocked by Gregory. Gregory clears it down and too far for Gallant to catch up, but Beers stops it at the blue line. His shot short-handed, blocked, and it's going to be a penalty coming here to Rideout as he takes Gallant into the boards. That's Rideout's second. Sorry, no, it was Blair the first time. Second boarding call to the Panthers in this game. So that'll even things up for 117. 4-on-4 hockey. For a minute 17 here in the second. Perry wins the draw. Harding can't take it around the back of the net. Hatt chips it back there. Harding picks it up for the Panthers. Alshorn chases him out. Gould in the middle. Hatt takes it away from him. Finds Alshorn in his skates. Hatt fires it over the net. Hits the end glass, stays in play, and then hits the back of the net. Gallagher to Peary, quick cross-ice pass. Jake Gould's going to get it out and up the ice. Gould couldn't get around Pitt, tried to drop it for Peary. It goes to Alshorn. Trott jumps into the play. Hatt on the far side. Trott gets the shot away, stopped by Budrow. Pitt across to Alshorn. Big save by Budrow. Back up top. Trott across to Pitt. Pitt lost it, and Gallagher's going to settle it down for the Panthers. 10 seconds remaining in 4-on-4, and then it's going to be a shortened Sting power play. McPhail saves one for the Sting there. 43-second power play here as Walsh comes out of the box. Peary gets free, sends it cross ice. Harding around the back of the net. Harding down low for Gould. Gould tried to slide it out front, hit the post. 25 seconds to go. Sting get control. Gallant up the left side. Tried to cut in. Harding stripped him of the puck. Cogger sends it ahead out of the reach of Harvey, but 10 kills a little bit more time. Pass, Sting pass, glove down by Jackson Peary. And this will kill the Rideout penalty. Rideout reading that play. Pass up for Beers. He jumped out of the box, gets around Gregory, looks to go far side and missed the net altogether. Shoot in, right in on net. Budrow sent it behind the net, cleared up to the line by Cogger, and he blocks Johnston's shot. Gallant's shot missed the net. Johnston on the near side. Tried to get it down into the corner. Jackson Peary gets it out to the neutral zone. Rideout. All kinds of speed onto the bench. He was running onto the bench, and Rivington slow to get off the bench. Gallant down into the corner for Beers. Beers, cross ice pass. Johnston takes it off the board. Centering pass out front. Gallant taken down. Gregory fires it over. That bounces back over, and Jackson Peary gloves it out of the blue paint. Cogger off the glass and up. Icing waved off. Gregory back for the Sting. He reverses it for Johnston. Rivington takes it off of him. Couldn't get it over Gregory. Gregory went down to the ice to take away the lane. Puck pops up at the blue line. Panthers send it back in. Gregory's going to control it for the Southern Sting around the boards. Rivington knocked down by Alshorn. Hatt heads back up ice. Tried to leave it for Ward. Ward, a couple of checks in the Panthers zone, gets the puck back from Hatt. Up top to right shot. Stopped by Budrow, and that bounced eerily close to the goal. Rivington now gets out of the zone. Budrow's able to get his stick back. Stretch pass for the Sting. Harding steps up to the red line, grabs the puck. It comes into the zone. McCatton took the pass from behind him, couldn't get it to his forehand. And the Sting cleared all the way down and on net. 3:20 to go in the second. 3-2 the score for the Sting. Rivington to McCatton. McCatton looking shot, hit Trott in front. Spin around by Rivington, and that's knocked over the net. Big hit by McCatton on Trott behind the net. Sent out front. Rivington had to settle the puck down, couldn't get the backhand on. And Ben Wright back the other way. And we've got a penalty coming here. And it's on the Panthers. Not sure which player they're taking, but the Sting will go back to the power play. 2:47 to go in the first, and I guess they're not taking anyone. So the referee's explanation was that I'm not sure. He blew it down. Had his arm up there for a second. But we are 5-on-5. No penalties on the play. Panthers win the draw, get it around the boards. Crawford gets it out over the line. His pass to Goodine was behind him. Pitt sends it across ice. Trott turns back. 2.5 to go in the second. Sting get it out of the zone. Rideout sends it back in. Panthers check onside. Trott slides behind his own net. Finds Gallant on the near boards. Up for Beers. Beers one-on-one with Rideout. Beers checked into the corner. Walsh comes in to pick up the puck. Sends it up to Trott. Gets it back. Walsh top of the circle. Pad save for Budrow. Another one on Beers, and it's chipped out of play by Gallant. 2 minutes exactly on the second period clock. And Budrow with two big saves for the Panthers, keeping this a 1-goal deficit. Face off to the right of Budrow. Beers wins it back. Pitt fires it down around the corner. Beers waiting for it behind the net. Look to center. Puck was rolling on him, and it's cleared out of play by Jackson Peary. 10 seconds coming off the clock there. Minute 50 to go in the second. Hat wins it for the Sting. Cross a blue line pass, comes out. Pitt sends it back in. Sting offside. They check on. Gallagher behind his net. Up to McLaughlin. Pass across for Gould. Jake Gould looking for a shot. Ripped one wide of the net. Panthers hold the zone. Gould sends it behind the net, and it's cycled around the other side by Trott. Alshorn out of the zone to Hat. Hat's got Ward with him. 2-on-1 here, and Hat pops the water bottle, makes it 4-2, his second of the night, 12th on the season. And that is a dagger at the end of the second. .18:47 into the second. Trey Hat is second of the night. And the Sting now lead 4-2 over the Panthers. Hat stays on for the draw. Harding up to Graham. Graham shovels it in. Gregory off the near boards. Rideout picks up that puck. Gets across the blue line, fires it deep, checked by Hat. Alshorn in quick, has Ward. Ward open. Alshorn and Trott get the assist. Graham now Up the right side, got it to his forehand, shot off. McPhail made the stop. 30 seconds to go in the second here. Gregory lugs it out of his own zone, gets it up to center and into the Panthers' end. Centering attempt tipped wide of the net by Alshorn. Gallant tried to take it towards the net. Rideout sends it around, hit a stanchion. Pass out. McCatton hit by Gregory. Penalty coming. Goodine gets a shot away. McPhail makes the save. McCatton was going down to the ice. Gregory got the check on him, and it's going to be charging against Chris Gregory. So the Panthers, 2.8 seconds to go here in the second. If they don't get a quick one here, they'll carry over into the third. They'll get a fifth opportunity on the power play. Quick chance there for McCatton, and he's turned aside by McPhail. So the Sting double their lead in this second period. It was Andrew Peary at first, getting his 7th of the season to tie things up at 2. But Walsh with his 5th from Beers, and Gallant made it 3-2 not long after that. That coming 36 seconds later. And then late in the second, hat with his second of the night, 12th on the season from Alshorn and Trott. That's where we sit after 40 minutes of play. We'll be back in 15 minutes for period number 3. Don't go far. A heck of a hockey game here in Woodstock on AO.live. All set to go here for the third period at the Air Motor Center in Woodstock, New Brunswick. The hometown Western Valley Panthers down 4-2 to the visiting Southern Sting, but they are on the power play to start this third period. 1:58 remains in the Gregory charging penalty. Panthers 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Start out with Graham, Crawford, McCatton, Rivington up front. The lone defenseman on this power play is Carson Rideout. Penalty kill starting out for the Sting: John Beers, Gallant, Trott, and Johnston. Beers likely to take the draw here against Graham. And looks like we're just letting some of the water freeze here. Playing on top of the ice. It is warm in this building tonight. So taking a little bit of time to freeze. Strip right down the middle that is still a little wet. So we'll make sure we get that dried off as the Southern Sting fan club comes back to join me here at the broadcast booth.
Thank you for the honorable mention.
And we are set to go. It is Rivington across from Beers. Rivington wins the draw, but Beers jumps ahead to dump that into the Panthers zone. Carson Rideout settles it down behind his net. And the Panthers start out from their own zone with the man advantage. Goodine across to Rivington. Rivington gains the zone. Panthers are able to set up. McCatton lets it slide by to Rideout. He gets the return pass down low for Rivington. Kicked it out front, and that passing play broken up by Sam Trott, cleared out to the neutral zone. Rideout up to McCatton. Cross ice for Rivington. Jack Rivington around the behind the net to Graham. Back to Rivington. Rivington sends it up to the point for Rideout. McCatton on the half wall. Looking for a pass. No one out front for the Panthers. McCatton back door finds Goodine and making it a 4-3 hockey game with his second of the night. Grab the gasoline and the matches were set for a third period. Goodine shorthanded first on the man advantage second. Should be from Graham and Rivington. Their first points of the night, and that comes 59 seconds into the third. So the Panthers claw their way back to within one. Goodine's seventh of the season. It's McCatton and Rivington, sorry. Matt McCatton's grandparents in the audience tonight, along with his mom. His Goodine's seventh on the year. Centering pass from Alshorn's kick to the corner. McLaughlin gets out of the zone. Skates it all the way into Sting territory. Centering pass hits the skate. Hat sends it around the boards. Jackson Peary keeps it inside the zone. Andrew Peary kicks it across to Harding. Harding goes for the shot and swept in the back of the net by Jacob Gould. Santa's got a new bag and he's ready for Christmas. Jake Gould ties this hockey game up at 4. 2:04 into the third. And that is Gould's third of the year. And we've got a timeout, Southern Sting. The coaches want to settle things down here. The Panthers jumped out in the third with some momentum, and they were able to capitalize on the power play, their first power play goal of the night. And then coming right back a minute and 5 seconds later, Gould from Harding and Jackson Peary. So Goodine at 59 seconds, Gould at 2:04. And it makes it a tied hockey game for the third time tonight. Beers draws the face-off all the way back into his own end. Pass comes around to Walsh. He's picked off by Peary. Peary to Gould. Gould with another opportunity. McPhail knocked his net off. Made the stop, and the whistle comes. Face-off inside the Southern Sting zone. McPhail complaining about some water in the crease. It still hasn't frozen quite enough in his net. You can see him spray it there a little bit as he tried to clear his crease. Cross ice pass to Harding. Harding centering pass. Andrew Peary tipped it wide of the net. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Harding fires it back in. Trott tracks it down. Trott hits a stanchion. That gets over the blue line. Harding lost an edge. Andrew Peary back in. Finds Gould. Gould fans on it twice. Centering attempt off a stick and out of play. Jake Gould, the last goal scorer for the Panthers, couldn't get a centering pass off there. After taking 3 penalties in this game, it looks like Kelty Carey is glued to the bench for this third period. Grant comes into the zone for the Panthers, gets a shot away. McPhail makes the save. Held in by Shaw. Pitt cycles back, looks for some room. Harvey chases him out from behind his net. Al Shorn through the skates of Hat. Shaw back up to Cogger. Cogger hit by Johnston, got the puck in. That careens towards the net. Al Shorn picks it up. Pass across to Hat. Hat gets behind Peary. Breakaway opportunity. Stick save for Budrow. Jackson Peary on the near side. Up to Grant. Grant pushed off the puck by Al Shorn. Harvey gets up to center. Alshorn hits him as well. Hat now swings it in on net. Budrow makes the stop, leaves the puck for Peary. Stretch pass, tipped into the zone by Graham. Wright swings it up the boards, looking for Gallant. Crawford down to Graham. Graham tried to get back to Crawford, tipped away from him. Gallant up ice, slides it into the near corner. Rideout off the glass, hits Walsh. Walsh finally finds it, moves it up to Trott. Trott taken down. Something caught him in the throat area. Rideout back the other way. Play not stopped. Rideout short-handed, sharp-angled shot, not short-handed shot. McPhail makes an acrobatic save, keeps that puck on his back. And we get a little scrum at the side of the net. 15:34 to go in this third period, all tied up at 4. Winner of this game takes sole possession of second place, both tied for second with the Thunder. Sting have a game in hand. Crawford holds the zone, goes down to his knees, sends the puck to the end boards. Goodine down low for Graham. Graham turns, fires, McPhail with a save. Crawford bats out the clearing attempt. It's played with a high stick. So as soon as Gallagher touches it, play is blown dead. And a faceoff will be just outside the Panthers zone in front of their bench. 15:14 to go in the third. It looks like the Southern Sting bench has settled down their troops after the Panthers scored 2 quick ones here in the third to tie this hockey game up at 4. Western Valley with the faceoff win. Gallagher plays it back for a rideout. McCatton up the boards to Rivington. Rivington trying to get away from Trott, and he's checked by Carey. McCatton in for Blair. Down low for Rivington. Rivington tried to come back out front, couldn't get it on his backhand. Adam Spray out for Profit. Profit shot through the crease to the near corner. Gregory sends it down to the corner. Couldn't make the pass. Rideout out to Rivington. Rivington looking to center. Rideout cut right to the net. The defenseman going from the blue line to the blue paint. Now he heads back to the bench. Puck in deep in the Sting zone. It pops up and stays in the netting, out of play. 14:26 to go in the third. That puck's still up in the netting. Fine, I'm corrected by the Southern Sting. What do I know? Give me a night off. Shot from the point, deflected past the net. They were so quiet after those 2 goals, and now all of a sudden a puck in the net, and I make a mistake, and they're all over me. Oh, well. Icing waved off. Alshorn behind the net, tracking that puck down. Andrew Peary over. Can't get the puck past Ward. Centering pass. Alshorn couldn't hit Hatt. Hatt gets it away from McLaughlin. Centering pass cleared up to the line but not out. Pitt sends it in. Ward with the tip. I believe that might have hit the post. Pitt now down around the boards to Alshorn behind the net. Panthers able to clear the zone. Pitt cycles back around, finds Hatt. Hatt tap pass to Alshorn. Long shift here for the Sting, but they've been on offense. That keeps the energy going in the legs. The defense has changed. Johnston holding the line. Looking to get it down the boards. Andrew Peary to Gould. Gould into the offensive zone, sends a shot towards the net. McPhail deflects it to the corner. Gregory out, flips it over the blue line. Rideout sends it back to center. Harvey trips over the red line. Walsh back ahead for Gallant, just out of his reach. Cogger couldn't handle it. Beers finds it. Beers cross to Walsh. Walsh shot off a stick and out of play. 12:30 to go in the third. We are still all tied up at 4. Face off. Hits the side. Jackson Peary hit the side of the net from the corner. Unfortunate bounce there for the Panthers. Budrow thought the puck was going around behind the net, tried to go across. Walsh found it, and that's his second of the night, 6th on the season. 7:38 into the third. And that puck's up and out of play. Luke Walsh unassisted. Panthers won that face-off. Jackson Peary hits the side of the net, and Walsh takes advantage. That's the third unassisted goal for the Sting tonight. It's now 5-4, just over 12 minutes to go in the third. Alshorn up to Spray. He hands it off to Hat. Hat picks the top corner. Those Christmas cookies are going fast. 12:01 to go in the third. That one just 21 seconds difference. And the Panthers answered too quickly in the third. The Sting answer back with two very quick tallies. And they restore the two-goal lead, 6-4 now. And we've got a goalie change, Tyler Scriver off the bench. And between the pipes for Western Valley, Zach Graham into the zone, quick shot on, McPhail makes the save. Spray and Alshorn get the assists on the Hat tally. Hat's second of the night, 13th on the year. Sorry, no, that's a hat trick for Hat. 13th on the season. No hats on the ice for Hat, but that is a hat trick for him. 3 goals on the night. Alshorn, 2 assists now. John Beers throws it over the net. Pass out front, and Walsh tips it in, and that's a hat trick for Walsh. Sting fans just won't throw the hat. Back-to-back hat tricks for the Southern Sting. No hats on the ice. 2 of them sitting right beside me, can't imagine. 8:39 into the third. 1 minute and 1 second. The Sting get 3 goals, go up 3, 7-4 over the Panthers. Brad Gallant gets an assist on the Walsh tally. That's his second assist of the evening. Walsh and Hat back-to-back hat tricks. Walsh with 2 goals in this third period. He started off at 7:38, Hat at 7:59, and then Walsh again at 8:39. 5 goals in this third, and we finally got our first penalty of the third. And it's a high sticking call against not Tristan Pitt, but Cameron Ward. So the Panthers down 3 quickly, go back to the power play. Successful on their last man advantage, only 1 for 5 on the night. They need to get one back here, 10:56 to go in the third. But we've seen how quickly deficits can disappear and reappear in this third period. Panthers able to hold the zone. Rivington into the corner for Graham. Graham gets a shot away, and he's stopped again by McPhail. Free set to the left of McPhail. Alshorn wins the draw, can't clear the zone, held in by Crawford. Crawford's shot knocked down. Trott in front, and he clears it out to center, dumps it in. That puck took an odd bounce. Scriver couldn't handle the puck. Spray forechecking. McCatton tips it into the zone, couldn't control. And it's cleared back down the ice by Gallant. 1:15 to go on the penalty to Ward. Rivington cross ice pass. Rideout chips it out. Pass to Alshorn. Rideout turns high. Cross ice pass for Rivington. He lost it for a second. Back to Rideout. Rideout challenged by Alshorn. Lost it quickly to Spray. Gallant sends it around the boards. McCatton keeps it inside. Graham down in the corner. Tried a centering pass, and it's cleared out by Alshorn. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Stretch pass by Scriver. It's a soft one. McCatton gets it across the line, but not in deep. Chris Gregory sends it back out to center. It's knocked down, and Rivington comes in for the Panthers. Johnston knocks the puck past Rivington. Beers goes down to a knee. He does get the pass away for Brad Gallant. Gallant challenged. Beers can't get a shot away. Second opportunity, swung to the near boards. Gregory with a deke pass. Goodine sends it towards the net, and it's gloved out of the air by Scriver. 11 seconds remains on the Ward high sticking penalty. 9:07 left to go in the third. Southern Sting up 7-4 over the Western Valley Panthers. Beers wins the draw back. Gregory slides back to center, dumps it in. That will kill the penalty to Ward. And we are back to 5-on-5 as McLaughlin streaks up the ice. Centering opportunity at the side of the net. Panthers couldn't put it away. It was Andrew Peary standing there. Now he's checked by Beers. McLaughlin gets back to the puck, throws it into the slot. The only one there is Gregory. He flips it out to center. Harding backing off. Back to Andrew Peary. Ahead for Gould. Gould one-on-one with Gregory. Drops it for Peary. Peary fires wide. Gould from below the goal line sends it towards the net. McPhail keeps that from going out in front. Puck all the way back to the Panthers' blue line. Sting flip it in. Gallagher fails to get it out. Past Carey. Gould off a stick, pops up. Carey gloves it down to his stick, challenged by Hardy. He's knocked off the puck, and Hunter Harding takes off for Western Valley. Toe drag through his skates, centering opportunity. Walsh there to clear it away. Walsh up to Pitt. Pitt's got Spray. Spray 2-on-1. Rideout takes Spray off the puck. Gallant was on the backside of that play. Rideout, great job there. He now carries it up the ice. Tries to stop up. Harvey sends it towards the net. That gets through McPhail. And Harvey cuts the lead to 2. If his engine runs perfect on empty, I guess he'll drive. Michael Harvey for Western Valley. 12:35 into the third period, and Western Valley has a little bit of life. That is Harvey's first point as a Panther. Sting right back into the Panthers zone, right down the boards. Centering opportunity through the slot up to the line. Pitt holds it in, fires it in. Carson Rideout gets the lone assist. That is Rideout's second point as a Panther, his second assist. But first goal, first point for Harvey. Mike Heartland native in his 11th game with the Panthers. Crawford blocks the shot, had to drop his stick there. Pitt with the point shot. Alshorn from below the goal line hits the net. Pitt with a long shot, and somehow that deflects in. And the Sting answer right back. (13-15). Goals coming fast and furious here at the Air Motor Center. Pitt, second of the night, second of the year. Making it a 8-5 hockey game. Big shot there from right, blocked, and Graham coming in with good on trailing, and it's tipped away from him by Ben Wright. Graham gets the puck back behind the net, lost it, hit the back of the net. Crawford tried to dig it out front, goes down, and we've got a penalty coming here to the Sting. Alshorn and Hatt get the assists on the Pitt tally. Hatt, 3 goals and an assist tonight. Alshorn, 3 assists. And it's Spray going to the box for 2 minutes or less. Panthers 1 for 6 on the power play. Quick pass, McLaughlin do it. Andrew Peary, his shot stopped by McPhail. Harding down low to Crawford. Back to Peary in the corner, up to Harding. Harding looking for a lane. Profit standing his way. Peary back to Harding. Down low, kick to McLaughlin. McLaughlin tried to spin, threw it into the crowd, didn't make it on net. Backhand shot stopped by McPhail. Puck comes free to Peary on the near side. Andrew Peary up to Hunter Harding. Harding's got Gould on the far side. Gould backhands it down into the corner for Crawford. Crawford moves it back around to Peary. Peary up to Harding. Backhands it back to Peary, top of the circle. He stumbled on it for a second. Crawford in the corner. Check down. And McLaughlin up to the open point. Harding tracks the puck down at center. Minute 10 gone in the penalty. Panthers can't regain the zone. John Beers disrupted their entry. McLaughlin carrying it out of his own end, stops it short. Hands off for Gould to carry it forward. Gould to Rivington, back to Gould, back of the net! Jacob Gould, 4th on the season, 2nd of the night. Eight, 6 now. (15-16) into the third. .444 to go. That is a power play tally for Jacob Gould. His second power play goal. Pass through the middle. Missed Rivington. McCatton picks it up, though, and gets a shot away. McPhail makes the save. Rivington and McCatton get apples on the Gould tally. That's McCatton's second assist of the night. Both have 2 assists on the night. Ride out along the side boards. Down low for Rivington. And Rideout goes to the net, gets it back from Rivington, and he's stopped by McPhail. .4:15 to go in the third. Panthers trailing by 2. Rivington wins the draw, but jumping on the puck was Luke Walsh. Walsh streaks down the right side. He's got an open lane to the net, saved by Scriver. And Gallant couldn't put it into the open cage. The puck is chipped off a stick and out of play. 4:01 to go now in the third. 2-goal lead for the Sting on the road. Sting control the zone off the faceoff. Walsh shot it around and holds it in. Beers back to Walsh off a stick to the end boards. Jackson Peary able to flip it out, and that will be icing against the Panthers. Down to 3:40 to go in the third. We'll watch for the Panthers to pull Scriver to the bench if they gain the offensive zone. Face off to the right of Scrivers. Beers and Peary to the draw. Sting captain wins it. Can't get the puck back from Gallant, but it comes back to him, taken away from him. Kicked across to Gould. Gould across center, fires it in. It's knocked down by Landon Johnston. Peary holds the line. Gould goes to the corner, centering pass. No one there for the Panthers. McLaughlin up top to Gallagher. Gallagher rides the rail all the way down around to Gould. Gould kicks it out front, and the stick of Peary tied up. Johnston through the middle. Lost the puck. Gould trying to send it across for Peary. John Beers picks it up. Beers back into the zone, trying to cut towards the net. Sends it out front. Pass to Walsh, looking for his fourth. Sends it over the net. Hits the end glass. Jacob Gould slows things down. Peary gets across the red line and dumps it in. McLaughlin chasing as his line mates change. Walsh chips it back out to center. Jackson Peary up to Rivington. Trot cuts him off at the blue line. 2.5 to go in the third. Pass up the boards into the zone. Chris Gregory grabs a hold and sends that one up into the crowd. .2:16 to go in the third. Face-off in the Sting zone. Scriver making his way towards the bench, and the Panthers call a timeout. Western Valley down 8-6 on home ice. Under 3 to go. We've seen them score too quickly early in this third period. 1:05 apart, but we've also seen them give up 3 goals in 1:01. Trey Hatt and Luke Walsh, both with hat tricks for the Sting. This evening. That is Trey Hatt's third hat trick on the season. .2:16 to go. Face-off to the right of McPhail. Net empty at the Panthers' end. They've got the extra attacker on. Scriver on the bench. They win the face-off. McCatton with a quick shot. And McPhail deflects it up and out of play. Rivington and Hatt back to the dot. Hatt wins it back. McCatton tries to take it towards the net. Blair behind the net, sends it out front. Goodon gets the puck back off a stick to the end boards. Gregory trying to protect it in the corner. Blair on him. Trott holding it along the boards in the corner. Comes up top for Goodine. Goodine waits. Alshorn was there to block the shot. It got blocked further down. And Gregory sends it down the ice. Chasing is Goodine. 1:30 to go in the third. Goodine stumbles coming through the neutral zone. Gets to the blue line. Sends it in and around the zone. Gregory trying to get it out. Stopped by Rideout at the line. McCatton down low for Rivington. Rivington back out front. McCatton's shot blocked. Gregory flips it back to the line. Rideout trying to hold. Alshorn got it past him. Out to center. Graham sends it back in on the far side. 1 minute to go. Gregory on the near side. Challenged by Graham. Under a minute to go. Sting trying to hold on to the 8-6 lead. Extra attacker on for the Panthers. Goodine on the far side. And Alshorn gets it out past him. Alshorn streaking in, empty net, and he seals this for the Southern Sting. Ben Alshorn, first goal on the night, but he's got 3 points. And we've got some activity over at the bench. McCatton and Gregory going at each other. Alshorn's tally 19-20 into this third period. His 5th of the season, and the Sting will take sole possession of second place in the Maritime Division. Harding breaking in, got his stick tied up. Alshorn unassisted. 4th unassisted goal for the Sting. And so the Sting losing last night at Tri-County. Get the win on the road this evening, up 9-6 over the Panthers. They head back home to TD Station for the rest of this month. 6 games for the Sting at home in a row. Long shot. Schreiber turns it aside. Panthers at TD Station next Friday night, the 8th of December. Panthers versus the Sting. Sting take this one 9-6, takes sole possession of second place over Sunny Corner and Western Valley. Western Valley on the road next weekend. Only game next weekend for them is against the Sting. They will remain on the road the following weekend when they visit the LC Booktook Hawks at the Chief Young Eagle Recreation Center on the 16th, and they'll be back at TD Station on the 22nd. So 3 straight games on the road for the Panthers. We'll be back here at the Air Motor Center on the 23rd of December when the Hawks are in town. For tonight, the Sting get the 9-6 victory over the Panthers. At home, we will see you in a couple weeks here on AO.live right before Christmas. Don't forget to bring your presents. I'll have mine. We'll see you then. Next weekend, these two teams meet again at TD Station. For Jeffrey and everyone here at the Panthers rink, I am Devin Judge. See you in a couple weeks.